So I took on a new challenge and cooked up a beef tongue. Now I've already cooked it. I should have started the video earlier when it was still raw, but the beginning picture when my wife's not being a jerk showed it. I took a picture before I cooked it, but I've already cooked it and I've already peeled it, and this is kind of fun peeling it. It's this is almost like a hard plasticky rubber. This is the outer membrane. So this is what was all the white stuff on the tongue to begin with. Interesting texture, interesting color, but that was the outer membrane. So basically I just looked up on the internet, found a real simple easy recipe. Boil it in salt water. I threw in some pepper just for whatever extra flavor, I guess, but the recipe said to boil it basically an hour per pound of meat, and this was 1.4 pounds, so that's just one tongue. And the recipe mentioned, oh, you might have some tongues that are 2 to 3 pounds. This is huge. I can't imagine having a cow's tongue 2 to 3 pounds, but I guess it's possible. Anyway, so I've peeled it. This stuff you don't want. The recipe mentioned you can keep this and boil it down if you're going to make a beef broth or something like that. I'm just going to throw it to the chickens because I don't have any intention to make a beef broth anytime soon. But the trick to peeling is peel it when it's hot. So I turned it off probably 30 minutes ago and just let it sit in the water and kind of steep. I don't know any difference, but it said if it gets too cold, then it's hard to peel. Peeled it hot and it peeled super easy. And so now I've just got the tongue here, and what I'm going to do with it is slice it up into basically just like cross-sectional slices, and then I'll be able to use it for just cold cut like a roast beef sandwich, or I might dice it up and put it in stew meat or whatever. But I wanted to share this because this is one of those items that most people would consider junk, scrap, or wouldn't want to eat it, and it's actually a very good cut of meat. I mean, it's a pound and a half, whatever, of quality meat. There's no sense in throwing it away, and there's no reason to be scared of it. Just cook it up. If you're scared of the way that it looks, cook it and throw it in a stew or something so you don't see it. But at the end of the day, when it's sliced or diced or whatever you do with it, you're not going to be able to tell what it is anyway. So as long as it tastes good to me, I'm happy. So I went ahead and sliced it up and wanted to show you guys this. It's a very interesting grain to the meat. I cut cross grain, but you can see the outer edge of it that got boiled up real good. Kind of gets a different look to it, but the inside is very soft. It's very, very tasty, surprisingly tasty. My wife doesn't want to eat it right now just because she's scared, but that's okay. I don't blame her. It took me a second to bite it too, but I'll tell y'all, it tastes just like roast beef. I mean, identical to roast beef. But it's so tender. I'm trying to. I don't even know what to compare it to. It's almost gooey. Maybe it's a little undercooked. But it's extremely tender. You have to boil it for so long because when it's uncooked, it's very, very tough. And you've got to cook it and boil it and get that membrane off. But after that, man, this is like a delicacy. Nice, extremely tender, nice, tasty meat. So, yeah, I'll be making more of that in the future for sure.